The Hollow Knight. There are a lot of secrets in it. A lot of secrets. And if you're not as stupid as me, who spent 300 hours of my time on this game, then you definitely missed something, and I'll show you what you missed there. Or rather, only some details, because I don't want 300 hours tell the lore, and if you haven't played this game, beware of spoilers. For example, at the very beginning of the game, you notice that the headman of the village turns his attention to himself in a strange call. I'll stretch my paw so that the little knight will pay attention to himself. A nice detail. Did you know that the fake knight's mace is actually a live bug, and when you defeat him it will run away, and he didn't wear armor for nothing? That kid wanted to protect his brothers and sisters. That's why he wore all these armors, to become more scary and threatening. Without amulets, it is difficult to imagine playing this game. Each of us has our favorite Sitchin charms. But in fact they serve not only to pump up our knight in battle, they give several more advantages for learning the world, and even open some dialogues. For example, by filling in one of the amulets, you will make it so that some enemies will not attack you, or the merchant will simply refuse to trade with you. We all know about the teleport system in this game. Yes, I mean the horn bugs there and, of course, the trams, but now they are not very good. So at every station you have seen lights, but only those lights that lead you to the working stations are lit, and the one where ours hangs out, my friend, is a horn beetle. And now about the trams. Each of them is very cozy because the music plays from the gramophone. So you can break them, and there will be silence forever. The bosses in this game are various and interesting, and have their own secrets. For example, these three praying mantis lords are actually three sisters, and they are girls. Look, you see there is a fourth throne near them. It is broken, and it belongs to their brother, and you also met him in the lore. The little brother got infected with the plague because he wanted it. In order to become stronger because of this, his sisters chased him away, and in general, if you pay attention, praying mantises are not the only intelligent beings who survived the plague because they isolated themselves. So self-isolation is useful. The Colosseum of Fools is another challenge. But did you notice that the arena is actually in the middle of an old dead worm? And you can climb into its ass and even find someone. Now there must be a joke about worms. The way to the Colosseum is actually not very difficult to find on the edge of the kingdom. We see how from corpses are pouring into the sky. Well, I think it is clear that these are the same bugs who challenged, but actually became not fools, but dead fools. And if you thought that this location was romantic because a snowball is falling there, I will disappoint you. It is not a snowball. In fact, there is another huge dead worm lying on the mountain, which is decomposing and crawling, and its ashes just fall down like snow. They say that the last Hallownest king was reborn from him. But it is not. I don't know for sure. Maybe I don't know. And until we're far from this location, let's go visit someone. I'll remember the old man Mardun. And this is not where we need this dude. He's very long-winded. And oh, our choice can tickle his ass. And it won't make sense. The game actually has a hell of a lot of secret locations that are hidden behind fragile walls. And in them, you can find all kinds of interesting trinkets, and even some lore. But I will tell you only about some of them. In general, about the small number of them. For example, in the collector's room, there is such a very non-obvious passage, and he once again emphasizes how much this guy was obsessed with caterpillars. And there is also a very soulful, pleasant, atmospheric room located in the White Palace. In fact, there are a lot of all kinds of cool secrets. There are interesting rooms. I advise you to study it very well if you have time and knock on various walls. In general, they say that if you knock, the door will open. So about this room. Why is it so special? It has its own sound. There's nothing like it anywhere else. They say it's the White Queen's room. And if you listen closely,
Can you hear that? This is the main melody of the game, which does not sound like it is playing from a music box.
the door opens and Zelda sighs again because she is waiting for her husband Conifer to come home, who draws maps and sells them. But every time only our little knight comes, and it annoys her a little, because money is of course good, but a woman really needs attention in the meantime, and Zelda is not very picky a girl. If you look into her head, you can read the thoughts that she made her mark, and this quiet family life with Conifer made her happier. Although it seems to me that if her husband was in danger, oh take care. The main thing is that she flew here like here. But if you thought that after Conifer's return, Zelda will be happy and greet you in a different way, not quite like that. And there is a logical explanation for this. Conifer has returned, but he is sleeping all the time and Zelda is actually still not paying attention to her. She is just a little bored. And you thought that our little one can be an evil character, and he does a lot of mischief. Yes, I am talking about the fact that he can attack all kinds of animals that do not touch him at all, maybe kill some characters who do not deserve it, and so on and so on. In general, there is an opinion that the plague is actually not such a bad thing anymore, and maybe it was better than the last king. First of all, it should be answered by Team Cherry. Better, I will tell you the most tragic story in Hollow Knight.
He lived alone, a little bug. He was a bug, a repairman. He fixed all the broken lanterns, who left a small scattered night, so it is almost impossible to see him in the game. There is only one way, and for this he must be killed. In short, if the knight breaks this huge teller and then quickly descends, you will kill him, and actually this is not the saddest part. When you kill this bug you will need to come to the quarter where the Salubra lives. There are several houses down there and one of the houses is always closed, but when you kill the repairman this house will open, and in the middle you will see the diary of this little. From that diary it will become clear that the bug loved doing all the broken things. He was very happy because of that, and it is also indicated that there is a whole sect of people like him. And even in this sect he looked at the bugberry with whom he would like to have a relationship, and he was killed. I remind you, live with that now.
And you notice that the Hollow Knight has only one hand.
These are all interesting things for today. Write in the comments how do you like my first video. Like, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.